Hi everybody, it's Plastic EP here, live from Melbourne, and I've got the famous Tony Renzoni. That's how you pronounce the surname, Tony.
Close.
You pronounce it for me.
Renzoni. It's like
Renzoni.
the macaroni, only with an E.
Okay, he's Tony Renzoni and he's not macaroni. I love that guy. Here we go.
Hey bananas, we think you're groovy. Hey bananas, we watch a movie. Yeah. Driving choo buggies everywhere, just going crazy without a care.
Tony Renzoni, I got my Beetle Cup all ready to go to listen to the fantastic author who's written some fantastic books for everybody out there in the world. Make sure you go and buy these books. Show me the books now, Tony.
There you go.
All right, move it up a bit, right in front of the camera. Connecticut rock and roll.
Yep.
Ori, I'm ready to rock. What's the
You
next
want me
one?
to tell you who's in it?
In a minute, what's the next book? Let's go through all the books. Get them out of the way. What's that one?
This is Connecticut softball legend Joan Joyce. She's considered by many to be the greatest female athlete in sports history. You may not know the name, but I'll tell you, she's an amazing person. And the reason why you probably haven't heard it because she never promoted herself, but she was she was a star in major sports: basketball, softball, golf, volleyball. You name it, bowling, everything. And she was at the top of her game. 150 no-hitters, 50 perfect games, 20 halls of fame and all that stuff. She's just the greatest, I'll tell you. And she broke the men's and ladies record in golf and hasn't been broken since. And that was years and years ago. So she's just an incredible athlete, an incredible person. She's been coaching for 60 years. So I'm hoping that I can do a movie about her because her life reads like a movie. It's unbelievable.
Fantastic. Let's get back to the main book, the
Main-
rock and roll one. Is there an edition 2 or just 1? Is it edition 2 out?
That will be coming up. This is the hardcover of the book. Oops. And on the back is and that's Joan Joyce. And this is the back of Rock and Roll, Gene Pitney.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's get into the rock and roll now. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go for this fantastic book that the world is talking about. Let's go. Tell me all about it.
You want to know how I got started with this one?
Yes, please.
Okay. First of all, I really believe that this rock and roll book is a book about all of us. But I'll tell you how I first got involved in it. When I was 8 years old, my older brother used to bring home these great records. Jerry Lee Lewis, Elvis, Little Richard, all these great rhythm and blues kind of guys. And what he would do, Plastic, he would do something great for me because he would play side A. And remember, in those days, he had side A, side B. Okay. So he would play me side A, but then he flipped the record over and let me listen to side B, right? So I got to listen to all these great records that I go back to the schoolyard and kids wouldn't know what I was talking about. And they'd come back and they say, that's a great record. For instance, Jerry Lee Lewis, his hit song was, one of his hit songs was Breathless, but on the flip side was Down the Line. And Down the Line was a great record in and of itself. So, that's what I was talking about. Then later on in life, I did the same thing with myself. I would take a Beatles record like Can't Buy Me Love. Well, the flip side would be you can't do that. So I got to listen to all these B-sides that were almost as great as, or sometimes even as great as at side A. So I really got an education that way. And then growing up, seeing my sister on Connecticut Bandstand, which was like American Bandstand, dancing across the screen in glorious black and white. That was really cool. But then as I got into high school and college, I started doing research. I started to to understand how rock and roll impacted the teenagers' everyday life. And you go into a diner or any place, and there's always rock and roll in the background. There's always a jukebox going on. And in my day, you'd sit at the counter, and they had the wall boxes right there, put your quarter in or dime in or whatever. And there's rock and roll all over the place. So it had an influence on all of us, whether we knew it or not. And Plastic, other things that really got to me as I was researching was, it really intrigued me how one song or one artist can affect so many other people. I'll give you a good example. You may know this, I don't know, but the song Hey Baby by Bruce Chanel.
Yeah, I know it. And guess who it influenced? John Lennon with the harmonica.
Yep. And that was Delbert McClinton, who was playing the harmonica. And he I guess they toured with the Beatles before. You might know this more than I do, but they knew each other. I think they toured a little bit, and they got to be friends. And he taught Lennon how to play the harmonica. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think George Martin was more impressed with the harmonica than he was with their singing ability, at least in the very beginning, whether it was Love Me Do or Please Please Me. And
From Me to You. I love the harmonica. I love the harmonica in the Beatles songs.
And that's where it came from. The other song that it influenced was, and you may know this too, I don't know, but it influenced Bob Gaudio of the Four Seasons. He loved that sustained note, Hey Baby, and that's where Sherry comes from. Sherry, Sherry Baby.
Sherry.
Yeah, right.
Sherry Baby, Sherry.
You hold that note. Yeah. So it's things like that. Then walking down my favorite record store in Waterbury, where I grew up, Waterbury, Connecticut, the Matituck record store, I had to do a double take because there was this album in the window, and I never seen anything like it. It was Meet the Beatles, and I said, "Oh my God!" It just changed me, just like it changed everyone's life. Did you, in your day, record stores? Maybe I'm showing my age, I know, but we used to be able to listen to the record before we bought the record.
Yeah, they used to let you do that here. But listen, did you get the Beatles versus the Four Seasons? Did you get that one?
Yeah. That was that was interesting. I didn't think at the time, there was any comparison, but I liked both of them. But the Beatles were just enormous. They were just unbelievable. But I'll tell you, do you know what this is?
Yeah, it's a transistor radio.
Okay. The transistor radio, to me, was probably one of the best inventions ever made, at least at the time, because it gave the teenagers independence, and that's what they were looking for. So they can put in their earplugs and listen to whoever they want, wherever they want, whenever they want, free of adult supervision. They can tune out their parents. They can even tune out their teachers.
True.
Many times, like I'd be in class, and the kids in the back would have the earplugs, and listen to their song while the teacher's yakking about something. So there was that. And then I started collecting records because I just loved the records, but I also loved the labels. I also loved the album covers and all that. And I got up to maybe 10,000 records and EPs. And
EPs,
albums.
you know what that's about, don't you?
Right.
My name, Plastic EP, comes from the 4-song EPs with the cover, made of plastic, but some people call it vinyl. And I just want to tell you, Tony, because I want to crack you up. Charles Rosenay's already on. He says, Tony writes great books, and he's as cool as a transistor radio. The radios were AM. They didn't have FM back then. They had AM.
So my goal, I never thought about writing a book. My goal was to, I had this buddy in college, and he turned out to be one of the top 10 rock photographers in the world. He was unbelievable.
What's his name?
But his name is Joe Sia, and you may not recognize the name, but you'll definitely recognize his artwork. his work, photography. He was commissioned by the Rolling Stone to go to Woodstock, the first Woodstock, the original one. And he took some amazing photos of Woodstock. And even the photographers at the time were in awe of him, because he would take not only the artists, but also the people in the audience. And they loved it. And he became almost Jimi Hendrix's personal photographer. In fact, Joe would tell me that Joe would be walking by Jimmy, and Jimmy would say, "Hey, Joe, where are you going with that camera in your hand?" He got some amazing photos, not only of Jimi Hendrix, but in fact, this is Jimmy right here in my book. He took this photo of him, but he also took just amazing. He took the photo of Jim Morrison getting arrested at New Haven Arena. You might have heard about that. So he was an amazing guy. He never realized how famous he was. But my goal was to have, I said, Joe, listen, you get the photos, I'll do the research, and we'll go around to high schools or colleges or whatever, because in those days it wasn't digital. These are just photos, these are great photos. But what happened, he passed away. He passed away at a very young age. So I said, the hell with it. I just shelved the idea. And then, so I didn't think anything of it, but my wife and daughter said, "Hey, why don't you write a book? You got all this information." I said, I don't know anything about writing a book. So my daughter takes me down to R.J. Julia, which is a famous bookstore in these parts. And she pointed to the shelves. She said, "That's the publisher you want." And I said, "How do you know that?" "I don't know. She just did it because she's published herself." But anyway, so I wrote down, I sent the proposal to the publisher, and they loved the idea. That they said, "There's only one thing. We're in South Carolina. We don't know a whole lot about Connecticut rock and roll." So I sent them some videos, and they were flabbergasted. In fact, I would get emails saying, "We didn't realize," they would apologize for holding up on my book, because they were listening to my videos, my audios, and they didn't realize how much talent was in this state. And that's the reason why I really wrote the book. And it turned out really well. So my idea, I told him, "Listen, if I'm going to write a book, I'm going to write a book to reach beyond Connecticut and beyond, hopefully, the United States." And it worked, because I get a lot of feedback from not only out of state, but also out of the country, England. And
who's the biggest artist that came out of the 50s from Connecticut?
The 50s, 60s, a lot of them. We have Gene Pitney. We have this guy here. He is a co-founder of Alice Cooper, who's he's major in Australia. We have Keith Richards, who's been here for like 30 years. Paul Simon, Dennis Dunaway, Felix Cavalier, Alan Freed, who was Mr. Rock and Roll. He was a disc jockey. Ronnie Spector, Tina Weymouth, and Chris France from Talking Heads. Five Satins, Jose Feliciano.
Light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire.
And Meatloaf, Johnny Winter. We had our fair share of really great stars. And Peter Tork, I understand you're a Monkees fan.
Huge.
Yeah. Did you know his real name, right?
Peter Torkelson.
Peter Halston Torkelson. And his father.
I got the surname right.
Yeah. His father was
university teacher.
Yeah, at UConn. And he went to E.O. Smith High School. And
you know him? Did you know him?
I didn't know him. No, I didn't know him. But he was a very talented. In fact, tell me if this is right or wrong, but I guess in his website, Jimi Hendrix said he's the most talented monkey. So I don't know if that's right or wrong, but
he's a multi-talented instrumentalist.
Yeah,
he was he was beyond the Monkees. He really was.
He played piano, banjo, organ. He did it all. He was very underrated. Yeah, he was really good.
Exactly. We loved Peter Talk. We still love the guy. We love David Jones, Peter Talk.
Oh yeah,
They're not with us, but we still love them. And they, as I said, they should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. All of them, the whole monkeys.
really. I know. Maybe it's politics. I don't know, but I agree. I mean, they certainly had their fair share of big hits. And like I said, I remember going to a couple of Charles Rosenay's great conventions. He puts on the greatest conventions.
He's Mr. Convention. But let me tell you, Tony, since you brought up, on top of the night, remember Lennon? Imagine he's got a big event down there in Connecticut, in Newark. Newark. You know how you walk? It's Newark, Connecticut, down there at the concert hall. He might go virtual. If he goes virtual, you could actually go down there. You should actually go down and see him if it's live down there.
Yeah. So anyway, the purpose of my book is twofold. First of all, it's to pay tribute to all these great artists and bands from Connecticut. And now these are groups or artists that are achieve fame on a national or international level and fame on a regional level, and also were popular on a local level. But hey, it's all rock and roll, right? And
hey, Tony, since it's all rock and roll, I'm going to name a couple of tunes. I want you to tell me the artist.
Oh, no, right? No.
Wait a minute. We're going to do a dance, and it goes like this. Bob Shoe Up, Bob Bob Shoe. We're going to do a dance called the Peppermint Twist. Who was the artist? Who was the artist?
Joey D.
Joey and the Starlighters. Yeah,
Joey D and the Starlighters. Right. So anyway, and that's the other thing I told my publisher. Listen, if I'm going to write a book, I want to write a book about people that are not highly recognized, because those people work really hard. Because I saw for myself, my friends who were recording people, they never put out a record or anything, but they worked really hard. They carried their own instruments and all that stuff. So that was one of my goals too, and that worked out. So if you take all these artists and fans and you merge them with all these cultural events that I was talking about, the record stores, the record hops, the sock hops, the DJs, the after school hangout. After school hangouts were great because it was an opportunity for kids to get together, teenagers to get together and talk about the major crises in their life. And I mean major, like who they're going out with and who they like, who they don't like. And now nothing to do with school. But if you take all these artists and combine them with the fans and all these cultural events, you get the rock and roll music scene, not only in Connecticut, but throughout the country. Because here in Connecticut, I would go to places like the Shack and listen to regional bands like Wild Weeds, who were great at the time, and groups like that. And I'm sure in Australia they would do the same thing. So different names, but the same idea. And that's what I was talking about. So the first 42 pages of my book deal with these cultural events that you can relate to as well as anybody else. So that worked out really well. I was glad I did that.
Everybody talks about your book. Even before I've interviewed you, everyone's talking. Make sure you interview Tony. Make sure you interview Tony. So you got a bestseller there.
Before the stupid COVID thing, I did a lot of book signings, and I met a lot of good people, and that's the other thing about writing. It's really cool because a lot of these people, especially the Hall of Fame people, they don't need to talk to me, but they made a point of getting to know me and giving me inspiration and guiding me with all these emails. I still get emails from some of them. It's amazing. And I should mention that Ken Evans did the foreword to my book. And Ken Evans, if you know, was in the group The Fifth Estate. Remember Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead? The number one.
Yeah, that's a big song. Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead.
Number 11.
Wicked Witch. Yeah. That was a big hit in Australia.
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, I went to that concert. He talks about this concert in 1967. It was called the Gene Pitney Show. And Gene Pitney had on get this, for like $1 or $2 or whatever we pay for it. You get Gene Pitney.
$2. Yeah.
Probably $2. You get you get the Happenings, the Buckinghams, the Fifth Estate, easy beats from your neck of the woods from
Yeah,
Sydney.
Friday on my mind. That was a big hit. So what you're
Friday
doing
on
is
My Mind. I love that
you're
song.
basically getting a group for 40 cents each.
I know, it's unbelievable, and that concert was great. It was, I'll tell you, I still tell Ken that was one of the best concerts I ever went to. But that's what I mean. It was really great, and Ken actually the Fifth Estate is still together. In fact, they just put out a new album. You should check it out. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And Gene Pitney came out last. And even if Gene Pitney didn't come out, you got your money's worth. But he came out and he could break windows, that guy. He was unbelievable.
As I said, 40 cents an act. Where do you get that today? 40 cents doesn't buy anything.
Really, I know. And Gene
You
Pitney.
get the Beatles for $5.
Gene Pitney was also a great writer, you know. He wrote
24 hours from Tulsa.
But he also wrote for other people like Hello, Mary Lou and He's a Rebel and Rubber Ball. In fact, He's a Rebel became a #1 song for the Crystals.
And yeah, he's a rebel and he'll never ever be any good. He's a rebel and y'all know the song.
The kicker is the #2 song was Only Love Can Break a Heart. So he's on record as having the #1 and 2 song. The first one he wrote, the second one he sang, which is like in the record books or something. You know, it's really amazing. So he was a good writer too.
Of all the artists, who became one of your friends?
I have to say Dennis from Alice Cooper, Ken from Fifth Estate, and Christine Ohlman, who you may or may not know her, but where is she? She's a rocker. She's
what was she? What band?
She for 30 years, almost 30 years, she's been the lead singer for the Saturday Night Live band. And also she has Rebel Montez. But get her CD whenever you can. The Deep End. It's called The Deep End, and Dion's on it, and Al Anderson from NRBQ's on it, and the Wild Weeds.
I love Dion. Do you talk to Dion?
She knows Dion really well. I don't know him, but
do you know him?
Yeah, I don't. I'm a fan.
The Wanderer.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. He was.
I love the guy. I love him.
He was amazing.
Dion and the Belmonts.
That's right. Right.
Unbelievable.
Hey, want me to tell you who these people are, or do you know?
Yeah, come on. Let's tell me. Tell me who's in the book.
Well, could you see it?
Yeah, bring it closer.
Do you know who this guy is?
No, I can't see through these glasses. They're black as.
Could you see that?
Yeah.
Who's that?
I can't tell.
That's Bob Dylan before he became Bob Dylan.
What was he called before Bob Dylan?
Zimmerman. His real name is Bob Zimmerman.
What was his first name?
I think Robert.
Robert Zimmerman.
Yeah. But what happened was Plastic. He just dropped out of the University of Minnesota, and he was on his way. I think he was going to see Woody Guthrie. I'm not sure, but anyway, he heard about this famous Indian Neck Folk Festival, which is right here in Brantford, Connecticut, and it was a mecca of all the great folk artists. So he came to Indian Neck, and there's this they call it the Montewies House, and all the great artists would sing there. So this is him outside the Montewies House singing 3 songs of Woody Guthrie. This was before, like I said, this was before he became popular. He didn't have his own records yet, and they're considered the oldest audio of Bob Dylan, and right here in Brantford. And
Can I say something? Yeah. Lady Delay. That's that song. Yeah, but you know which one I like? Like a Rolling Stone. I love that. That one, Like a Rolling Stone.
Like a Rolling Stone.
That's classic. I love it.
Yeah.
And what about the one Hurricane?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that's like all lyrics in your face.
How about Friday? You saying Friday on my mind? You know the words to
Yeah.
that?
Friday on My Mind's massive. You know, George was the older brother of the other two
Yeah,
from AC/DC.
the AC/DC, yeah.
There's a guy now in Sydney. He's got a book out, a brand new book on George now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Do you want me to tell you the name of the book?
What?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you the name of the book. It's just come out. I've got to just find it for you. Give me a minute.
Okay.
The guy's amazing. This book's come out on George now, and I reckon people should go and buy that one as well. They should buy your book, but they should buy his book too.
Yeah.
I'll give you the name of the book. Hang on, I'm just going to find it. It's one of those days where you can't find nothing that you want. But here it is. The book's called, listen to this. It's a first. Friday on My Mind, The Life of George Young by Jeff Apter. Look it up. It's just come out. It says, from the Easy Beats and AC/DC 2, Love is in the Air, the man who made Australian rock and roll, Friday on My Mind, The Life of George Young by Jeff Apter. That's a book to get everybody.
Yeah. Ken sent me some photos of the Easy Beats and Music Explosion. And Music Explosion was another great group.
I got to ask you, Tony, have you seen the special? There's a special put out here in Australia on the Easy Beats Life. It's unbelievable.
No.
It's got actors playing them. Have you seen it?
No.
That's another one you got to see, Tony.
I have I'm looking for their picture in here. I think who was it? John Vanda was one of the Easy Beats. I don't know where the hell it is.
Isn't Google great?
Huh?
Isn't Google great? You can Google your lunch.
I like that sentence. Even my old man looks good.
Yeah, that's right. But
hold on a second.
have you heard of a song called "My Old Man's a Dirty Old Man" or "My Old Man's a Dustman"? Have you heard that one?
No.
My Old Man's a Groovy Old Man. That's another song by a group Australia. You got to look it up. My Old Man's a Groovy Old Man. That was a beauty from the 60s. We had some great bubblegum hits down here in the 60s.
Yeah.
Another band, I've got to tell you, listen to this. You know the Beatles, Eleanor Rigby?
Yeah.
Do you want to hear the greatest rock version of Eleanor Rigby? You go on the net and you type in the Australian group Zoot, Z-O-O-T.
Oh, yeah, Zoots?
Yeah, their version of Eleanor Rigby is rock. There's never been a version like it. Go to YouTube.
I will.
Eleanor Rigby, Zoot, Z-O-O-T. Come on, we're going to show you the best Australian artists that came out in the 60s.
Really?
Yep. Now, listen, I've got to say hello to everybody out there because I all want to say hello to you. We got Kerry, we got Debbie. As I said, we got Charles. People are tuning in. I've got them all live here. Don't worry.
Here's Vanda. What's his name? You know this guy, Henry Vanda?
I know Henry Fonda. Is that the actor?
No. Easy Beats.
No. What's his
Right
name? Harry something, isn't it?
Henry
Vanda.
Henry Vanda.
No,
Not
listen.
Henry Vanda.
It's Harry Vanda.
Yeah.
Right.
Vanda.
Is it V-A-N-D-R?
Like the panda, Vanda. Okay, you're right.
I thought you said Henry Fonda, the actor. That's
Maybe.
Harry. That's Harry Vanda. Okay. Now we got the spelling right. You're doing all right.
This is the music explosion down here. And
That's great, Tony. I'm impressed, man.
And that's Ken up there.
I got to ask you now quickly, where does everyone buy this fantastic book? Give me all the links and then we'll get back into the books.
Amazon, Barnes & Noble. Just
Come on.
Huh?
And
Anyway.
they bought direct from you.
Yeah, I'll get you one.
How do they get it direct from you signed?
I'll get you one. Just give me your address.
Yeah, but I'm saying other people, if they want the book signed, how can they buy it from you? Can they buy it direct?
I have a website. There's a tricky website name.
Give it to me. What is it? Tricky Dicky. Spell it.
Tony. My name. Tony.
No, but wait a minute. We got to say slow so that people can write it down. Let's go again.
Okay. T is in Tom. O is in Oscar. Tony, Renzoni.
We say Z. We don't say Z. We go Z here in Australia.
Really?
Yeah. We talk funny.
I don't know.
And we talk fast.
What do I know? What do I know? But I put a lot of photos of my book signings.
You know, Tony, I've got to say, you're one of the best authors. I'm not joking. I can't wait to read my copy signed by you at the front, coming directly to Melbourne, Australia.
You're going to like it.
Off the air, and I'll treasure it.
I'm telling you, you're going to relate to the cultural events that I talk about.
I am. I'm relating now.
I assume that you're over 21 years old.
Hey?
Are you over 21?
Yeah, have a guess.
Okay. You're over 21 years old?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then you can read it.
Yeah, but I'm a 60s baby boomer.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Did you grow up with the Monkees?
Absolutely. You kidding me? Yeah, I love the Monkees. Love the
I
Monkees.
love the Monkees.
Yeah.
The Beatles were a bit weird for me in 67. They were doing I'm the Walrus. I'm in elementary school, and it's like I'm listening to something out of Mars. Yellow Matter Cluster.
They're smoking that funny stuff, you know.
I don't know, man. It was too weird for me as a young kid. I didn't get it. I was into Last Train to Clarksville. I'm a believer. Yeah. But then when I got to Going Down, I used to sing every Monkey song to school. Every Monkey song.
Yeah.
Knew them all. Last Train to Clarksville, Stepping Stone, and then we went to Going Down. That was a tongue twister. That was the first rap song before rap. So mate, you thought I'm going, flowing down a river with saturated liver, and to learn that song, you need to be a professor.
What's the story? I mean, I know that with this COVID, you can't do anything, but were they going to be performing at all, the rest of them? There's only
Mike and Mickey are going to go out on the road as soon as things go better. And they've actually got a CD now called The Mike and Mickey Show. It's a great CD.
Yes.
Live.
So Mike is back.
You've got to buy it. And listen also, Mike Nesmith, go to his site, Video Ranch. If you want to get the best Mike Nesmith stuff, and sometimes he gives offers out there where he signs things. I bought a book, Infinite Tuesday, with a new cover. Guess what? He signed the inside. He got the photo of the actual cover. It's a different sheet. He signed that too. We love Mike Nesmith, and we love Mickey Dolenz, don't we, Tony? Yeah,
yeah. What a shame. I'll tell you, Davy Jones was very talented too. And matter of fact, he was. Well, you know the whole story how he was on the show that Ed Sullivan's show with the Beatles. Because
that's right. Same night.
Yeah, it was in
Oliver.
Oliver, yeah.
Yeah, but let me tell you, when he did the Brady Bunch, that was the highest rating Brady Bunch episode. When he wants to take Marsha out to the prom. And then he sings Girl. Oh, girl. Down here in Australia, we are culturally, refined.
Yeah.
Culturally refined,
I heard about that episode, but I wasn't a big fan of the show, to tell you the truth. But
Which one, the Brady Bunch?
Brady Bunch. I wasn't a big fan.
Hey, they're Brady Bunch crazy down here.
Oh, yeah?
They're crazy. Batman, they're crazy. We never get Partridge Family. Come on now, let's get happy.
Yeah.
I love it.
That was good. He had a good voice. What's his name?
I'll tell you what, I'm going to give a big shout out to these people. Because I reckon since I've done this show with you, they're going to be watching.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Right. Here's who I'm going to talk to now. Watch. Hello, Shirley Jones.
All right.
From the Partridge Family.
Yeah.
Hello, Ronnie Spector. Right?
I got to know her too. She's really cool.
She's in the book?
Really cool. She's in my book. Yep.
What page?
Well, I'll tell you in a second.
Ronnie, you've made the book.
You made the book, Ronnie.
Ronnie
read my book.
She read it.
Yeah, she liked it.
Did she email you?
She loved it.
Did she email you?
Yeah. Here.
We love Ronnie. Bring it closer.
It's beautiful.
Bring that photo right up. Keep coming. Keep coming. Forward to the camera. Forward, Tony. Forward. That's it. Oh, yeah, fantastic. You know,
And that's
I interviewed Mary Wilson from the Supremes. A beautiful person. You got to see that interview.
Yeah. Go see Ronnie Spector in person. We just we saw her a few months ago. She was really great in person at the New Haven Green. She really tore up the place. Really good. She still got her voice. Yeah, amazing, amazing. She's from Connecticut. She lives in Danbury.
But that's big. That she comes from there.
Yeah, she's an amazing person. Yeah.
But Tony Renzoni,
Yeah. Yes, sir.
you're an amazing person too. Plastic EP gives you the award of the day. You're just an amazing person. You should be called Mr. Rock and Roll.
Plastic, I'm telling you, when I heard that name, Plastic EP brought me back years. I think all the extended plays, right?
Exactly. You got it. You know, extended plays were very big here in the 60s because people couldn't afford to buy the big albums.
Yeah.
So they bought the EPs. The kids didn't have much money. So why do you buy a single, 2 songs that got nothing on it, when you can buy a picture cover of your favorite band? And that's it. In 1967, let me tell you, that's when the Monkees started in Australia, in 67.
Yeah.
So they're already going in the States in September 66 from the TV show, but they didn't come in until 67, the TV show.
Oh, really? Started.
So what happens is they released Australian EP Volume 1 and Australian EP Volume 2.
Right.
Volume 1 is the little blue one where they're standing on the barrels.
Uh-huh.
And Volume 2 is the same thing, but a red cover and they're standing on the barrels. That was my introduction to the Monkees. Then you bought the album if you had money.
Yeah.
And you're 8 years old and the album's bigger than your head.
Yeah, exactly.
And I didn't have a record player. And I used to carry that big one around, hoping that someone at a party will play it for me.
Yeah.
I remember that clearly. Now, that's a fan.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you ever have it? Ever own a jukebox?
No. We didn't have. Who's got money for a jukebox? Jukebox is a lot of money. Have you got one?
4 of them.
You got 4 jukeboxes?
4, and I got rid of them. I sold them.
Why? Why didn't you keep one of them?
Because I had to downsize. I had to get.
Okay, all right. You bought a CD player instead.
Yeah, but you know, nothing's like a jukebox. You put a record in the jukebox, it sounds beautiful. I'll tell you, it sounds beautiful.
It's Friday on My Mind. Is that one of your favorite songs?
I love Friday on My Mind. Even My Old Man looks good. I love that song.
Hey, do me a favor. Look up My Old Man's a Groovy Old Man. Type it in now. I'm going to wait. Google. Type in My Old Man's a Groovy Old Man song. Come on.
I'm going to check it out. I can't do it because I'm on the laptop. I'll cut us off or something.
Tony, you need a secretary there to help you.
You got it. Yeah.
PR person.
Try writing a book. Try writing a book and without a secretary. That's a lot of work. But
all right, Tony, I've got to tell you, I love the interview. I love your books. All right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
From Plastic EP.
Yeah.
You get my encouragement award. Keep going. What's the next book you're going to write?
I got to follow up on this one.
Yeah, you got it, man.
I'm going to follow up on it. And
you do that, Tony.
I may contact you for some information. How's that?
I got to tell you, the world loves you, Tony. No joke.
Thank you, sir. We love you too.
All right.
Okay.
Stay there. Hey, Tony, stay there. Don't go. From Plastic EP and Tony
Renzoni.
That's it. Time for macaroni.
Yeah.
See ya.
Spaghetti. Bye-bye.